What's up, YouTube? It's Havo, and I'm just putting in some of that work for you guys. I've been working on the roster for this year on All Pro Football, trying to get some teams done. And for those of you guys who subscribe to my channel and watch my videos, thanks for the support. And I'll be putting more work out there. I'm working on the Redskins right now, and things are moving. It's slow, but I'm doing about one team a week, but starting a new job next week, so looking forward to that. And time will probably be a little bit less available for me. So, anyways, what I wanted to show you guys today was a quick video to go over the next release for the All Pro Football 2K8 editor. The new version is going to be 1.3, just so you guys know. And what I'd like to do is kind of just walk you through the highlights and just show you what's coming. Um, let's see here. So as I've said in my previous videos, whenever I'm working on any teams or rosters in this editor, I always find little things here and there that I can add that make the experience a whole lot better. So what I want to do is just show you some of the new features that I've added in to give you an idea of what's going on here. So one thing I added is if you have a file that doesn't exist, before it would crash. Now what it's going to do is just tell you the file's not found. That's just a side little thing I just added. But what I want to do is go ahead and open up the latest roster that I'm working with the Redskins. And what you're going to notice right away is this bar on top here. So what I did, I found myself having a hard time going from one team to the next team, by right-clicking on this menu on the right here and selecting a team. That to me, it's nice to have. I think it looks pretty, but it to me, it wasn't working as responsively as I wanted it to. So basically, I added in this top header menu here to select all the teams that you'd like at your leisure. And it's really quick. If you want to switch from one team to the other, if you want to navigate using the normal navigations, you can, and you can also toggle it. So if you don't like that menu, you can turn it on or off. It also grows, so it also shrinks and grows with you. So if you happen to, move it around, it's not going to flip around on you anywhere, which took me a little bit of work to do, actually. You'd think that that's just a simple thing, and I'm constantly having to resize everything for it to fit. But you can also hide it, which is nice. So that's a nice feature that even though it seems simple, you'll find yourself using it a lot, and I can tell you that I've been doing that myself. And with that, I've added some new things. So this button here, these three buttons here, are going to be your menus of your teams that you basically have on your radar. Okay, so this first one here is going to be your favorite team, and that's going to be your default team on here. So if I were to switch that to the Cardinals, that's going to switch. Okay. Right now I'm working on the Redskins, and I wanted to show the Redskins every time. So not only do I want it to come up as the Redskins, but I also want to be able to flip back and forth if I need to. And part of the reason why I did this was because there's a new feature that I added into the editor, and that's free agents. Okay. For those of you guys who play this game, you know that there's no free agent pool in the game. But what I did is I created a file that's located in the config folder that stores free agents in a flat file, okay, a text file. And now you can basically see you can save players. Okay, so there's guys out there that have wanted this for a long time, and this took some work to do, but I was able to get it done a while ago. And it's nice because year over year, if you want to save your players, before you'd have to basically either copy and paste over them, and you lose them eventually, and it just became annoying. So in order to preserve players, we now have free agents, which is cool. And I keep the free agent button here. This button on the right is your last team that you've looked at. So I'm looking at the Eagles right now. So if I go to Pittsburgh, it's going to show Eagles. If I go Rams, it's going to show Steelers. You know, I'm on the Rams now. So it basically shows you the last team. And part of the reason why I did that was for a few reasons, but it's nice to kind of know the last team you had if you're toggling back and forth. But also, when you add a free agent, you it's simple. You just right click and you just do add free player to free agency, okay? And then it takes you to the free agency pool, right? And I always switch right back to my team or the last team that I was using, right? So I want to add this guy here, add him in, and I go right back to the team I was using, okay? And you know, this doesn't do anything with it doesn't care if you put duplicate people or not. It adds whoever you want. So if you ever want to clean it up, you can just go in here and right click a player and just delete player. Okay, so if you don't want this guy here, you can just delete him. And just be aware, when you delete them, they're gone. It deletes it from the file. You don't have a way to save or not save it. That person is gone. So keep in mind that whenever you make any changes to your free agency screen here, that's an immediate save. So if you want to back up your free agency, go to the config file in the resources config folder, and you can save it before you make your changes. But basically, if you want to move a player from one place to another, like let's say this guy here, Reggie Ragland, you can just copy player, and if I want to put him on the Redskins, I could just paste him in. Now he's there. The free agency pool is nice because not only can you save players, but you can move them around. You can make a huge roster in here, and it's limitless. You can put as many players as you want in here. Okay, and those are part of the menu. So if you click on the right here, you can see them over here, and you can also see them up here on the top right. That's the major feature that I added. Another thing that I added was the player ratings, and I'll show you what that means. So let's say you're working on a player. Let's say you're working on this guy here, and let's say you want to make him a gold. Obviously I make him a legend, and then you pick the face, whatever. One thing I did was, and this is good. Let me pick a generic player. So what I did is I've already selected all, like for the Redskins, I've already done all the legends. Okay. So all the legends are done. They're all down here. All these guys are already rated. They already have their ratings set. And all of these guys have their faces. Like I've mentioned in my previous video, the legend faces are the ones you want to add, and then you want to use those faces for your generics for you to be able to, to have real faces and not those stupid generic faces. So what I would always do is I'd go into, a generic player, and I'd say to myself, okay, what faces do I have as part of these legend faces so I can reuse them? So I'd have to go back and look in the right and see which ones. So now instead of having to do that, you just click on this button here, and it shows you just the list of legend faces that you've set to your legend players on that team. So now it makes it real simple because all I have to do now is pick the player that looks closest to my player, and now he'll have a real legend face in the game, and there's no confusion of where his, what face I should use based on the list that I had here, in this section here. So that's a nice little checkbox there that I added. What you also get that is new is these default ratings, right? So if you have a bronze player, and let's say you come in from scratch, let's say you want to work on Morgan Moses. I set them all to 0. I know, I can start with a fresh baseline, but if I wanted him to be a bronze player, I can just pick bronze, and a lot of the ratings just show up automatically. If I pick, silver, and if I pick gold, it changes the person's ratings based on those different tiers. So I had to go through every single scenario, per tier to give you what the game gives you. So let me just try to be clear. These buttons here, what it does, if I hit gold, it's going to give me all the ratings that the All Pro Football game pretty much gave to golds for that position, right? So a strong safety, if you hit gold, you're going to get the ratings that the game came with for a gold player. That's a strong safety. Silver, you get silver ratings. Bronze, you get bronze. And then black is just generic. So I've gone through every single position and I've gone through every position and I've documented every single rating per tier, per position that the All Pro Football game comes with, that you can automatically just, boom. If you're just the kind of guy that wants to just push buttons and create your roster, and if you have a gold, you just hit gold or silver, bronze, and generic, and you like the All Pro Football ratings and that's what you want to do, go for it. I use it as a baseline, especially for attributes that are not that important. And as you can see here, I'll switch gears again real quick. I know I'm saying a lot in this video, so hopefully you guys can rewind it and do it again if you need to watch it again. But what I also do is these highlights here, I tried to highlight the most important attributes per position, right? I'm not going to highlight kick power if you're a strong safety, right? But if I go to the kicker, if I go to his attributes, you're going to see kick power is highlighted, right? So I tried to pick the ones that I thought made sense to mess around with per position. So I don't want to be putting coverage on a kicker. But I use them both. So I'll go ahead, if it's a silver player, I'll hit silver, and then I'll start to adjust the ratings that I need to adjust. But I have a template set based on what the game gives you. I hope you guys like that. I've been using that a lot. Let's see. Merge feature player highlight. Okay. Player abilities highlight. Oh yeah, I did that too. So the abilities, I'm also highlighting the abilities that I think correspond to the player. So instead of sitting here and having to go through alphabetically, which ones are the ones that belong to a kicker, they're highlighted for you now. Okay. So if I go to, let's say this guy's a halfback, I'm going to pick all of the ones that I think belong to a halfback. Every position I've selected and highlighted all the ones that I think need to be, that correspond to that position. Now you can still pick any one you want, but this is just a hint to show you which ones you should be looking at for that position. So that's new. Let's see what else. What else? I'm looking at my notes here, my release notes, my version history, just to make sure that I have everything. And I fixed some minor issues. There were some minor bugs. One thing that I have to note, I did not do anything with the PS3 version. I don't own a PS3. I know a lot of you guys out there use the PS3, but I'm sorry, I just don't own it, and it would probably take me a few hours to do, to have the ability to make this work for a PS3 and convert, rosters for PS3. It's on my list of things to do, but it's a super low priority only because I don't have it. I don't really have any desire to do that right now, and I'm busy with everything else. So if you guys really want that, just hit me up. Keep hitting me up, and the more people that tell me, then maybe I'll consider doing it, and I'll jump on it. So just hang in there, you PS3 guys, or just go out and buy yourself an Xbox 360. I mean, they're dirt cheap. It's a lot cheaper than me having to figure out how to do it again. So just keeping it real with you guys. Let's see. Yeah, fix some issues with the free agent after I added it in. I think there's some copy paste issues that I was having with the free agent file. I fixed that. Okay, so the free agency pool, actually, there is a limit. I'm sorry. I limited it to 100,000 players. We'll never get to that level. So if you have 100,000 players in your free agency pool, it's time. It's time to clean it up. That's all that is. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I do notice some things, and you guys may see it. If you're in the depth chart and you're moving players around, I sometimes see the players not move correctly, or they move, but then when you click the player name, it's the wrong player that pops up. That's a known bug or issue that I'm dealing with, and I really haven't spent time trying to fix it yet. So all I do is close it all out and come back in, and that takes care of that. So those are the changes that I've made, guys, since the last update from 1.2 to 1.3. What I want you guys to do is hit the like button, put your comments. I want to hear how bad people want this. And you know, if we get enough people to tell me they want it, I'll go ahead and release it early. And I can release it as early as today. So hit that like button and let me know what you think. Hope you liked the video. Go Buffalo Bills. Tyrod Taylor's in the house. And looking forward to the training camp. First preseason game. I think it's going to be a good year for them Bills. And look out for those videos, guys. I'll be doing more gameplay videos. Next on the line are the Redskins, as you can see here. And I'll be pushing more out as I go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions. And one thing real quick is what I'm planning on doing is when I release my roster, which I'm not going to release it to the public until I'm fully complete with the whole thing. So last note, when I release my roster, I'm planning to have all the uniforms with images. And when you select an image, you know, or a uniform, you're going to hopefully see, this one I don't have on there, but you're going to see the actual image on here. And that's just for me, because I enjoy seeing the actual image that I'm picking, right? So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you like these changes. I think it's going to, I can tell you right now, as the guy who's putting a lot of work making a roster and making it complete, it has been a tremendous improvement to my speed doing these things that I've shown you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you next time. All right, peace.